Creating a fully animated film is a dream for many. It's a chance to build worlds and tell stories with limitless possibilities. But traditional animation is notoriously expensive and time-consuming. As a filmmaker on a budget, I always look for ways to push creative boundaries without breaking the bank. That's why I decided to take on a challenge. Could I make an animated short using only free AI tools? I was excited by the potential of these tools, but I knew it wouldn't be easy. Could free AI tools really deliver the quality and complexity needed for a compelling animated film? I was determined to find out. This essay is a record of my journey, the challenges I faced, and the surprising results I achieved. This project wasn't just about proving it could be done, it was about exploring the democratizing power of AI for filmmaking. By removing financial barriers, these tools empower anyone with a story to tell to become an animator. And that's incredibly exciting. My first hurdle was the story. I wanted something simple, engaging, and well-suited for AI animation. This is where ChatGPT, a free AI chatbot, became my unexpected collaborator. I started by giving ChatGPT a basic prompt. A lonely robot discovers a flower in a post-apocalyptic world. ChatGPT responded with a surprisingly detailed outline, complete with plot points and character ideas. It even suggested names for my robot protagonist, and I settled on John. But I didn't stop there. I used ChatGPT's ability to answer follow-up questions to refine the plot, flesh out John's personality, and even brainstorm visual elements. I was amazed by how this back-and-forth process mirrored a traditional writer's room. ChatGPT wasn't just spitting out a pre-written story, it was engaging with my ideas and helping me shape them into a cohesive narrative. By the end of our brainstorming session, I had a solid script that I was excited to bring to life. With a story in place, it was time to create John. Traditional 3D modeling software can be prohibitively expensive and require years of experience to master. Thankfully, several free AI-powered tools are emerging that make 3D character creation accessible to everyone. I opted for a tool that let me generate a base model by selecting from various preset options like body type, age, and style. I wanted John to be a clunky, retro-futuristic robot, so I chose a stocky build and added details like exposed wires and antenna. The tool even allowed me to customize John's color scheme, giving him a rusty, weathered look that fit the post-apocalyptic setting. While the AI-generated base model provided a great starting point, I wanted to add a personal touch. The tool I used had surprisingly robust editing features for a free program. I was able to tweak John's proportions, adjust his posture, and even sculpt his face to give him a more expressive personality. Section 4: Lights, Camera, AI Action, Storyboarding my short. Now that I had my protagonist, it was time to visualize the story. Storyboarding is a crucial step in any animation project. It involves breaking down the script into individual shots, like a comic book, to plan out the action, camera angles, and pacing of the film. For this task, I turned to another free AI tool that specialized in visual storytelling. I inputted my script into the AI storyboard generator, and it generated a series of rough sketches depicting key moments from the story. What impressed me was the AI's ability to understand not just the literal events of the script, but also the emotional beats. For example, when John discovers the flower, the AI chose a low camera angle that emphasized the robot's sense of wonder and awe. These AI-generated storyboards weren't meant to be final frames, but rather visual guides to keep me on track during the animation process. They provided a helpful framework for understanding how each scene would flow into the next, and ensured visual consistency throughout the film. Section 5: A Visual Feast, Generating and Refining Images. With the storyboard as my roadmap, it was time for the most exciting part, bringing the world to life. For this, I used several free AI image generators. These tools use text prompts to create images, and they've become incredibly sophisticated in recent years. I started by feeding the AI prompts that describe the settings and events in each storyboard panel. For instance, a prompt for the opening scene read, "A desolate, post-apocalyptic cityscape at sunset with crumbling buildings and overgrown vegetation." The AI then generated several options, and I could choose the one that best matched my vision. However, getting the perfect image often required more than a single prompt. That's where the iterative nature of these AI tools shines. I could take the initial generated image and ask the AI to make specific changes like, make the sunset more orange or add more rubble to the street. This back-and-forth process allowed me to fine-tune the visuals until I was happy with the result. Section 6, the final cut editing, sound and captions. By this point I had a collection of stunning visuals, but they were still just that, individual images. To turn them into a film, I needed to assemble them in a way that flowed smoothly and brought the story to life. This is where video editing comes in. For this project, I opted for a free online video editing tool called CapCut. Its intuitive interface made it easy to import my AI-generated images, arrange them in sequence according to the storyboard, and time them to the rhythm of the story. I could easily add transitions between scenes like fades or cross-dissolves to create a more cinematic feel. Of course, no film is complete without sound. I used a free AI music generator to create a background score that matched the mood and pace of each scene. I then used another AI tool to generate realistic sound effects, like the whirring of John's gears and the crunching of leaves under his feet. Finally, I added captions to my film using CapCut's built-in text editor. Not only did this make my work accessible to a wider audience, but it also added another layer of storytelling.